All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. And in this video, we're going to be in the 140-pound division where we've had a lot of fun talking about the fantastic fighter, Devin Haney, and the comedic sideshow going on around him. In this particular instance, we have Floyd Mayweather Jr., CEO of Mayweather Promotions, Leonard Ellerbe, exposing a severe hypocrisy bouncing around Team Haney and his fans. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care what you Haneyites think. I like Devin Haney. As a fighter, I think he's a terrific fighter, exceptional fighter. The things you excessive fans say, though, you guys keep getting caught up because you're just doing way too much. In this case, Leonard Ellerbe points out potential opposition for Devin Haney coming from Devin Haney's team that makes it seem a little bit funny when they criticize Gervonta Davis. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're gonna be in the 140-pound division where we got pure comedy flying around the boxing world, whether it be on YouTube or Twitter. I don't really engage as much on Instagram, but we'll be starting to do that a little bit more. I just don't get the interface very well, but I'm old. 2 is good enough for me. However, between YouTube and Twitter, plenty of engagement and plenty of conversation going on after Devin Haney puts on a fantastic exhibition of boxing against Regis Rougarou Prograis in San Francisco, sells out a stadium in San Francisco, wins every round of the fight. Only potential round that he may have tied or lost was the first round, feel out round where nothing really happened, but a complete domination. So, of course, the conversation that always comes up around Devin Haney comes up. And that's Gervonta Tank Davis. And people, again, talk about when is Gervonta Davis going to send Devin Haney a contract? When is he going to move up in weight and fight Devin at 140 pounds? Even though this man is a 135-pounder, and that is Devin's prerogative if Devin wants to move to 140 pounds. Gervonta ain't got to do nothing. But there's not the only conversation that came up about who Devin would fight. And Leonard Ellerbe, who is the CEO of Mayweather Promotions, made a keen observation on Twitter yesterday. And it was mighty funny how I listened to an interview. My words are mighty funny. He said that he heard in an interview that 2 of the guys that Devin wants to fight or is in talks to fight are people that Gervonta Davis already fought. How does that work if you're saying that Gervonta Davis doesn't fight anybody? Mighty, mighty interesting. But before I get into the details, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you so much for your continued support. It really makes a very, very big difference to the channel. Thank you, Matty O. Thank you, D. Murphy. Thank you, Barbara D. Thank you to everybody that supports in the super thanks and sponsors videos like this in the super thanks, which is the $ right next to the comment that you can leave in the comment section, and I also implore you to do that as well. Hopefully it can be respectful. but whatever. It is what it is. So explain this to me. Riddle this for me. If Gervonta Davis does not fight anybody, and two of the people that he fought and stopped was Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios, how is it that Devin Haney wants to fight them? Devin Haney fans say they want to see that fight, and they believe that that fight is a good fight for Devin Haney. But that wasn't a good fight for Gervonta Davis. Mighty funny, huh? Also, you have guys like Vasily Lomachenko, who beat Jose Pedraza. Devin Haney fights Lomachenko. Jose Pedraza was a perfectly fine opposition for Vasily Lomachenko, but he's not good opposition for Gervonta Davis. See, one of the things, and this is something that, again, was pointed out by Leonard Ellerby and should be blatantly apparent to anybody that is paying attention. With certain facets of people in boxing called fanboys, they don't like the opposition of any fighter that they don't like has fought. But if that same fighter that lost to the guy that they don't like fights a guy that they do like, then they change the conversation and then try to start comparing how one guy beat the other guy better, therefore giving credit to the fighter that they like. Now, take, for example, Devin Haney. And Devin Haney, some of the people Devin Haney has actually fought. If you say Gervonta Davis fights Jojo Diaz, what is Jojo Diaz? Jojo Diaz is a Mexican-American. He's flat-footed, and he came all the way up from 126 pounds. What would be the difference between Devin Haney fighting Jojo Diaz and Gervonta Davis fighting Hector Garcia? Well, I'll tell you, Jojo Diaz is smaller, and Hector Garcia had never lost. Those are the major differences. Both Hector Garcia and Jojo Diaz were both champions at 130 pounds. One was the IBF champion after he beat Tevin Farmer, and the other one was a WBA champion. Now, also, what if, let's say, Gervonta Davis didn't fight Jojo Diaz? Depending on what the status of Jojo Diaz would be, like, let's say, the guy that Jojo Diaz did beat, named Tevin Farmer, Gervonta Davis ducked the guy that Jojo Diaz beat, Tevin Farmer. So I like that Leonard Ellerby pointed this out, because you're going to see, that's exactly what you're going to see. You're going to see Gervonta Davis fight people, and then when somebody else turns around and fights them, it's a great win, spectacular win for them. If Devin fights somebody that has already been beaten by somebody else, when it wasn't a spectacular win for them, it will be a spectacular win for Devin, from Devin fans. Now, the interesting thing, though, is that this is not most boxing fans. Most boxing fans just watch the boxing match, and then they look to see how entertaining the fight is that they actually watch with their eyes. Not most boxing fans are not BoxRec warriors. And the only extent that they get into it to this degree is if they're listening to YouTube channels or people complaining on Twitter. But at the end of the day, Devin Haney's career is going excellently. He is a 2-division champion. Hey, if he makes the fight with Gervonta Davis, sounds great to me. But both these guys' careers are extraordinary at this point in time. And I really wish it wouldn't be hell, heaven or hell when it comes to when you talk about particular fighters. Gervonta Davis started his career at 126 pounds. He became a champion at 130 pounds. He became a champion at 135 pounds. He moved to 140 pounds and said that is too big for him. And he has the right to do this seeing as he's such a small guy, says I'm staying at lightweight because that's what he is. Devin says he can't make lightweight, so he moves to 140. It's not Gervonta Davis's fault that he's not 5'8" and can walk around at 170 pounds. It is not Devin's fault that Devin cannot continue to squeeze down into 135 pounds for the rest of his life. So if the fight doesn't happen, that is more than likely the reason that the fight doesn't happen. Canelo does not have to go to heavyweight. Doesn't have to do it. Devin Haney does not have to fight at middleweight. Doesn't have to happen. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I'm going to respect both fighters, but the fanboyism is a little bit excessive. Be fair. You don't have to be fair because, hey, man, I don't mind sitting up here making videos that are like shooting fish in a barrel with this type of nonsense. You can't say Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios are good fights for Devin Haney if Mario Barrios and Ryan Garcia were cherry picks for Gervonta Davis. It's just that simple. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.